5 for you if you're feeling stuck. Have you ever felt stuck? Maybe you feel stuck at work. Maybe you feel stuck with your health, like you just can't get that needle to move on your cholesterol or your weight or your diabetes. And you just feel like you're actually trying and nothing's happening. Maybe you're trying to start a new business and you're feeling the same, like, what do I need to do to really make a difference? Well, here are some tips if you feel stuck today, because the great news is that it's up to you. You can make a change. You can change anything you want when you want. That's the magic of our mentality. That's the incredible power that we have as individuals. And especially if you're feeling stuck in a place that you think is truly unhealthy for you, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, it's really important that you work to change it. And here are 5 ways that you can do it. The first thing is sometimes you just need to take a break. For example, I was really trying to push the growth of a new business, and I took a quick couple of weeks off, and I've got a whole new perspective on it. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I'll be working on a puzzle, whether it's a crossword puzzle, an actual physical puzzle, or maybe a Sudoku puzzle, something like that. And I'll be stuck. There's nothing I can do. I'll leave for 10 minutes even and come back and bam, I see the things I didn't see before. Sometimes our brain needs time to work on it, and we need a break to be able to see things we haven't seen before. This will be really hitting home with you if you've ever pored over a document to be sure there are no typos on it, only to see a typo the minute it's printed, right? Because you're like, how did I miss that? Our brains get kind of tired sometimes, so we need a fresh perspective. So take a quick break and see if that gives you the extra perspective that you need. You can also sleep on it. Our minds are incredibly powerful. And while we sleep, our minds work on what we need to work on. Have you ever had wild dreams and you're like, oh, this is what I was doing when I fell asleep? Maybe that impacted me. But I believe that our subconscious will actually be working on solving problems when you think about, okay, I'm going to wake up with a solution. I'm going to know exactly what I can do when I wake up. Let your body work for you. Also, don't get so stressed out about it that you're not sleeping, right? And I think it's important that we wake up with an attitude of, I'm going to get this today. Today is my day. Third is to let go of perfection. And I think if I'm talking to you, you know exactly who I'm talking to, because I had to do this a lot in my life. Perfectionism isn't some goal or some incredible talent like, oh, she's always perfect. It's a handicap. It's toxic. It's not real. It's not achievable, and it's not helpful even. To be honest, I always make the joke that if I knew somebody that was really perfect, I'm not sure I'd want to hang out with them because I'm far from perfect. And my dearest friends are deeply flawed, just like me. That's why we love each other and support each other, because we know each other's trash and we love each other anyway. Hopefully that's the way it is with your partner too, right? That they know the bad things, the good things, the medium things, right? Whether it's something you're embarrassed about or proud of, that they love you despite and because of all of that. But when we do perfectionism, when we're reaching a goal, in some ways we're kind of undermining ourselves, because A, it's not possible, but B, it can also be a way that we just avoid doing the actual work. Oh, well, I can't do it yet. I don't know my brand colors. That's BS. I'm calling BS on myself and you. I can't do it yet. I've been thinking about it for 2 years. Come on, you can do it. You're stuck. Let's get you unstuck. And it's really critical that you don't wait to be perfect, because a lot of the times the best part of any process, a health journey, a business journey, a relationship journey, happens along the journey. If you're waiting to start because you're waiting for everything to be perfect, you can just stop. Because think about it. When is the first time you did something perfectly? I learned to walk by just standing up and walking perfectly. I play the piano by just starting off with one of Chopin's concertos. No, or nocturnes. No, it takes practice. It takes failure. It takes working at things. And in today's modern age, we're not always encouraged to do that, right? We're not always encouraged to mess up. You are going to mess up, and it's going to be okay. I'm telling you right now, if you've been waiting 2 years to do something you really want to do, by gosh, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's do it this week. The next thing is to flip things on their heads. I always do this in situations where I'm thinking in a restricted way. For example, Most of my experience in the nonprofit field, I'll have people saying, well, but we probably can't afford that, or we probably can't spend that money, or could we even do that? And I'll encourage people to throw out the budget. All right, just dream and brainstorm big. If you could have any resources to do your job, what resources would you have? 9 times out of 10, a couple things get mentioned that don't take a lot of money because you freed yourself. You turned everything on its head. You stopped listening to those limitations. And that's what I want you to do with your goal, with the place you feel stuck, right? If you feel like, well, I could never leave this job, it's the only security I have, flip it on its head and say, all right, I want security. What can I, this is not secure really, if it's a job that someone else is in charge of, right? Anytime we're working for somebody else, we could lose that job. We could lose those benefits. We could lose that computer. We could lose that access. We could lose those contacts. And that's just part of life. But when you build something for yourself, right, turn it on its head and be like, okay, what I'm wanting here is security. So that's what I'm going to do. And it doesn't mean you should leave your job right away. It means you've identified a thing about your job that's really critical to you. How do you develop that in another space? One of the places I help people a lot is when they're trying to figure out what they should do and who they should do it for in an online or at home business. And a lot of the times people are trying to work from a place of pain, which I think can be truly helpful. And I really have been benefited from that coaching myself, right? Pick a time where you had a struggle, you figured it out, share with other people how you figured out your struggle. I had Bell's palsy, I detoxed my home, I had Bell's palsy twice, and I healed much quicker the second time. So I have a personal story waking up, my face completely paralyzed. It on the right side. It was terrifying, you guys. I thought I had had a stroke. I didn't feel terrible, but I didn't know what to do. And that first time, I was in an eye patch for 9 months. I couldn't close my eye. I couldn't eat properly. I had little kids. It was really hard. I remember eating at Chick-fil-A all the time because I could shred the nuggets and stuff them in the side of my mouth. My kids got sick of Chick-fil-A. Imagine that. Well, the second time I got it, I found low tox detox living. And I changed everything in my home slowly with little steps, very affordably. And I got rid of 6 prescriptions, migraines every single month, constant health issues, sick visits to the doctor. I changed my whole life because of that second occurrence of Bell's palsy. I was only in an eye patch for 3 months. That's pain, right? That's real pain. But I'm working now to develop a business based on joy, based on things that I love to do, based on things that I think are exciting and fun, and people come to me to ask me questions about, right? So think of it that way. Just flip things on their heads. If the pain button isn't working for you, try the joy button. If restrictiveness isn't working for you, try abundance. Whatever is your place that you're stuck, try to do some reverse thinking and engineering and see if that doesn't just shake some things loose a little bit. And last but not least, don't forget all the resources that you have. We live in an incredible information age. Maybe you have coaches, maybe you've signed up for courses. Reach out consistently, be persistent, be relentless in your pursuit of getting unstuck. Find out whether or not you have a book or look something up online, but make sure that you're leveraging everything you have, especially if you've started and stopped several times. You know what you need to do, right? You've got the resources, you know every step you need to take, you're not taking it. And so address that. Stop thinking that tomorrow you're just going to decide to do it and it's going to get better. You're not. You're stuck up here. Get help with that. So this is your call to action. You are amazing. You can do anything. So let's get you unstuck because you deserve to move forward in every single goal that you have. So I want you to pick one goal, one place you feel stuck, and let's work on that for 90 days. This is a great idea from Edie Wadsworth. 90 days. I want you to focus on that one single goal. And if you get it done in a sooner amount of time, pick another goal that you're going to focus on for 90 days. Let's change your lives, guys. Let's make your new life the life you've dreamed of, because that's what you deserve. Follow along for more tips like that and inspiration. I'm all about helping people become more resilient and more successful, because that's what changed our lives here. So have an amazing night. I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow, live around 5. I'm Amy, and I love you so much. I'm so grateful that you're here and appreciate you.